The Department of Justice, Biden's Department of Justice, is shutting down an anti-espionage program aimed at China. Why? Wait till you hear this. Because they've become a little concerned about using racial profiling. They're worried that they're stereotyping the Chinese. Now, this to me is pathological behavior. Over the last few years, the United States has been prosecuting various scientists who have been kind of in league with China, working for China, and at the same time not disclosing their ties to China. Now, it is possible for researchers to work on behalf of China, but there is a disclosure requirement. And so there have been a number of high-profile prosecutions of academics and researchers who have made grant applications, but not disclosed, not revealed that they are turning over their information to the Chinese, in fact, ultimately to the Chinese Communist Party. Last December, a jury found the former chair of Harvard's chemistry department, Charles Lieber, guilty about lying to federal officials, filing false tax returns. This is exactly what this DOJ program was aimed at uncovering. Now, it's true that they sometimes have had a case that has failed. They dropped all charges against an MIT mechanical engineering professor named Gang Chen, who was indicted for concealing his ties to Chinese programs. There's an ongoing case against a guy named Franklin Tao, a University of Kansas chemical engineering professor, and he goes to trial soon. But right while this program was humming along, and it's aimed at dealing with the real problem, and the problem is that China is aggressively engaged in academic and industrial espionage. So no one denies that simple fact. But the DOJ, sort of almost without warning, has shut down its program, its law enforcement program, for finding and discovering and prosecuting this espionage on behalf of China. And here is Assistant Attorney General for National Security, Matthew Olson. And what he basically says is DOJ will no longer use the framework of the China Initiative, that's the name of this program, to organize or to describe our efforts to counter threats by the PRC, People's Republic of China government. He goes, we are ending the China Initiative. Now, the shocking reason is when he tells you why. And he basically says, quote, listen to this, I'm now just quoting. By grouping cases under the China Initiative rubric, we help give rise to a harmful perception that the department applies a lower standard to investigate and prosecute criminal conduct related to that country, or we in some way view people with ethnic, racial, or familial ties to China differently. So to translate, to decode, what he's saying is the people we're going after in this program are kind of all Chinese. And we don't want to create the impression we've got anything against the Chinese. So we've got all these people we're indicting and they've got Chinese names. They've got names like Tao and Gang Chen. And so we're a little worried here that we're going to be accused of racial stereotyping. In other words, we're going to be accused of being kind of unwoke. And so we got to shut down this program. Now they say, look, we're not like totally getting rid of it. We're kind of going to sweep it into a kind of a bigger anti-espionage program that kind of involves Russia, Iran, all countries lumped together. This way we can't be accused of singling out the Chinese. So this is how political correctness is killing us. It's killing legitimate programs aimed at uncovering real threats. And these real threats become somehow blurred because the people who are supposed to be investigating go, you know what? That guy's name is Wong. Can we really go after a guy named Wong? Too bad his name isn't Smith. We could then really go after him. Let's discontinue the anti-China initiative and just lump it under some bigger thing. This way we won't be accused of racial insensitivity. How pathetic, how disgusting, and how dangerous.